I go by the YouTube name Guy Daniels. No, that's not my real name, but I have cerebral palsy, and I do know quite a bit about cerebral palsy. So I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and I think this is going to be interesting because I actually have it, and I'm going to kind of share my own personal experience and the own personal severity of my disability with you in this video. Cerebral palsy affects a wide range of people, and it could range from mild to severe. It typically affects muscle coordination. In my own personal life, it affects the way I walk, but it could affect auditory, or it could affect your learning ability, could affect your visual ability. It could also cause you to have seizures. The different classifications from mild to severe, and you could also have no CP signs. So mild is probably what I have, but I could have moderate too. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. That means you really need no accommodations, and you basically can do anything, but you do definitely show signs. You walk different, but you can still do daily activities. Moderate would be you would need like a walker, and you definitely need accommodations. It's kind of difficult for you to associate in normal day society. Severe would be you have a lot, like you have epilepsy, you need a wheelchair, you have a learning impairment, you could have visual problems or auditory as well. But those are, you basically need help with everything if you're a severe case. Like I said earlier, my specific case of cerebral palsy affects only the way I walk. However, because I walk this way, it does tend to lead to other things such as back issues. I experience a lot of back pain often while I'm bending or other things, and like walking, my feet often get sore after walking for probably an hour. Cerebral palsy does not typically worsen over time. However, the way you walk could take a toll on your body. Like for me, I've noticed probably from the age of 6 to 18 is the time that I really noticed a progression in the way I walked. Although some people say their case gets better over time, mine has definitely took a toll and gotten worse. But here's the video. Cerebral palsy is not a genetic condition. Typically it's caused because you were born at a low birth weight, you were premature, or you had some sort of blood clotting during your birth process. For me, I've never had any of these. I was born, I was a large baby. I wasn't premature. So there's really no known cause exactly, but typically those things can lead to cerebral palsy, but there's also no known cure at this point. Cerebral palsy is the most common disability found among children. 1 in 500 children are born with cerebral palsy, and they typically diagnose children at about 18 months. Mine was a little later. I was 5 years old. I started walking, as you probably saw from that video. I started walking normal, although I don't have video of when I first started walking, but you can kind of tell from when I was 5 to now, it's definitely progressed. When somebody has cerebral palsy and both arms are affected and legs, this is called quadriplegia. When one set of legs is affected but your arms aren't really affected, this is called diplegia. And when sometimes people have one side of their bodies affected, and this is called hemiplegia. Mine is called diplegia because it only affects the lower half of my body. Spasticity is probably the most commonly known term associated with cerebral palsy. I personally have spasticity, and it is when your legs appear stiff, and also sometimes your legs will shake uncontrollably. Sometimes mine do that, particularly when I get nervous, but they used to do a lot worse prior to my surgery, which I'll go into later. 6% of the people affected with cerebral palsy have something called dyskinetic, and this is when you have involuntary muscle movements. I personally don't have this, but tends to be on more severe cases. I personally would like to thank you for watching this video and learning about cerebral palsy. If you have cerebral palsy or you have a kid who has cerebral palsy, I wish you the best of luck. I truly believe people with cerebral palsy can be completely productive, just as anybody else, especially with the information age and technological advancements. I also feel that it's important to be diagnosed early in life. That way you can get the proper therapy or the proper treatments to lessen the severity of the impact cerebral palsy has on your body. For me personally, I had surgery when I was 19 to lengthen my heel cords and hamstrings. I'll provide a link below so you can watch that video. And I also do stretching every day for my heel cords and hamstrings. So those seem to be the areas that are affected. Like I said earlier, there's no known cure. However, there are things that can help reduce the impact cerebral palsy has on your body.